key idea of the FRATT project, how racism may be tackled through theatre, has been tried out in 4 countries: Italy, France, Germany and Spain, together with Teatro del Boa. The Teatro del Oprimido of Augustus Boal is a method which functions within the artistic, social, political, educational and therapeutic fields. It is an approach which finds a parallel in the pedagogical field of Paulo Freire, a method which approaches problems in a maieutic way.
What is Theatre de Presse is a method that was invented by a Brazilian director, Augusto Boal, that aims to use the theatre as a tool for change, for analyzing and transforming the reality, the oppressive reality. So we all partners, 4 partners, use this method, and one partner is F.RA.T.T from the Teatro F.RA.T.T from Spain. The second partner is Trough from France. The third partner is the German Miteinander Association, and then Jolly Cooperative as an Italian partner.
Everything revolves around the idea of experimentation, comparing different ways of using the theatre to tackle racism in European society. The objective: to devise a shared and participatory response against discrimination, social insecurity, conflicts. Thus, in Germany, Miteinander came up with a strategy to break the culture of silence, a way of raising awareness in many German citizens of the rural areas of East Germany, silent and indifferent witnesses to almost daily incidences of Nazi aggression. In France, the company F.RA.T.T preferred the idea of empowerment and the destruction of stereotypes through work with second-generation young people at risk, often expelled from school. A theatrical journey which builds self-esteem and encourages reflection on discrimination. The culminating moment? Returning to schools to present themselves as stimulators of theatrical debate. In Spain, the phenomenon of racist epithets and clichés is particularly insidious in the area of Barcelona. The F.RA.T.T company operates with the strategy of raising awareness in the local people, attempting to show the wrongness of racist epithets in synergy with a local campaign promoted by numerous anti-racist organisations. In Italy, Jolly chose to focus on the theme of incertitude, a feeling which appears to be widespread these days, and which conditions social relationships and political choices. The strategy? So that anxieties are not focused on mistaken targets, such as foreigners, it was chosen to investigate real incertitudes and to look for appropriate responses. These 4 axes together construct a rich, multifaceted approach, the objective being to seek an integrated model capable of offering, according to the context, different strategies so as to be able to come together and develop a transformative effect.
The 4 partners did different work in the 4 countries. Of course, the aim and the method is the same, but the strategy that each partner used in their own country locally was different. So now we have the chance to learn something from each partner experience.
In Barcelona, the FRATT project focused on subtle racism, the type which happens on a daily basis and which passes unobserved. It is directed at all those who say, "I'm not racist, but..." The tool? Working with Teatro Forum so as to permit a strong dialogue between the audience and the stage, indispensable for analysing this phenomenon. Workshops, conferences, congresses were organised. Exchanges between professionals and exchanges of knowledge, invisible actions, networking. We invited different people to create a work of Teatro Forum with the objective of dismantling subtle racism and combating stereotypes. Thus was born the theatrical piece, Mustafa is on the Landing. Despite a normal coexistence in a condominium, conflicts arise from which emerge stereotypical prejudiced attitudes. A communication barrier is created which makes it impossible to find a common solution. The question posed by Teatro Forum: what do we believe? What don't we believe? How do we, at times, unwittingly discriminate? This was the key to seeing if the Teatro Forum worked. The piece deals with numerous racial epithets and counter-arguments identified by the analytical group of Patatom after consulting material published by Ex-AXA Anti-Rumours. The immigrants are taking over. They're stealing our work. They don't pay their taxes. The immigrants get all the help from social services. They're abusing the health system. They're ruining it. They don't know civil laws. We're losing our identity. They don't want to integrate. The landing in a condominium is an obligatory meeting point. The other spatial element is the terrace of the condominium, which some residents, having lived there for years, use as their exclusive space, claiming that the new arrival, Mustafa, may not set foot on it. The Entr'Acte company is based in Saint-Raphaël, a town in the department of Var, where there is a high percentage of extreme right-wing voters. Teatro Forum allows imagination, reflection, commitment to take the upper hand, giving the word to the spectator, sensitising them. The public becomes the motor of the action, while some young people enact various situations of inequality. Fighting racism, the fear of foreigners, fostering the development and realisation of everyone. We are dealing with transmitting a sense, a because. 60 young people participated in the project. We worked with ETAPS, Espaces Territoriaux d'Accès aux Premiers Savoirs, and with MGI, Mission Générale d'Insertion de l'Éducation Nationale. The young people are aged between 16 and 26 years old, from different countries, different religions, different social backgrounds, different sexual orientations. The objective was that of reconciliation with school, a restoration of their trust and desire to involve themselves with a professional qualifying project. There were 2 productions, Différents, different, at La Seine-sur-Mer, and Melting Pot at Saint-Raphaël. 14 Teatro Forum shows were staged in different places, middle and secondary schools, local neighbourhoods, cultural spaces, theatres. More than 1,200 spectator actors participated. The various different workshops gave rise to a collective awareness of the battles to take forward against racism. The young people revealed themselves to be increasingly protagonists of their development. Today they are a proactive force and project instigators. Caroline, 15, says, "It seems to me that the world, apart from being what we do, is also what we don't do. I'll put it better. The world is a seed which, thanks to our care, or, on the contrary, the lack of care on our part, can germinate, flower, give fruit and mature, or can rot in the earth and remain barren. It all depends on us." The baker hasn't been here for ages. You can only get to the nearest supermarket by car. It takes half an hour to get to the nearest school by bus. Community centres or youth clubs? There aren't any. The formation of a democratic society in Saxony-Anhalt continues to be a challenge. 22 years after the fall of the wall, authoritarianism still has lasting traces. Despite a very low rate of immigration, it is top of the league for crimes linked to right-wing extremism and racism. Miteinander works with the community, investigates and analyses neo-Nazi activity, and consults on the rights of victims of violence. theatre dialogue is an important partner, in particular for pedagogical, artistic and theatre projects. Exleben is a small town in Saxony-Anhalt. Laura, Kati and Paul want to open a cultural centre called Calypso, where activities for young people are organised by the young people themselves. But their neighbours, Achim Frischi and his wife Gabi, belong to the neo-Nazi party and organise the young people in an extreme right-wing group. They invite the townspeople for a day of action to clean up Exleben. Many people take part. The day after, Laura, Kati and Paul discover that their cultural centre has been burnt down. Following this, Achim Frischi appears on election posters in black, white and red with "We Clean Up" and "National People's Union" written upon them in large letters. Exleben is a small town which could be found anywhere in Saxony-Anhalt, but not only there. In 2011, we visited the region and carried out a survey asking how the activities of neo-Nazi parties and extreme right-wing groups influence daily life. The results came together in the show Exleben Shall Become Prettier. The 7 performances took place in Halle, at schools in the morning and at youth centres in the evening. The after-show forum offered various possibilities which sought to challenge common clichés in different ways and experimented with strategies capable of breaking the silence of small towns to bring useful ideas and approaches to real life. Audiences came from Wansleben, Quedlinburg, Halberstadt, Kalbe-Milde and Svalsvedel, came to the shows and brought with them ideas to change the situation. After-show workshops and events were realised and proved to be very important. When we presented the project in 2010, the theme of insecurity in Italy was a hot topic which was part of the foreigners equal criminality, equal insecurity equation. Numerous interviews and workshops took place in the provinces of Parma and Reggio Emilia. In Parma, we met up with women in a school for foreigners. Insecurity comes from lack of work, the loss of rights and the unravelling of human relationships. Privatisation of the health service is scary. Workshops with young people, women, immigrants and a mixed group were initiated. The most deeply felt sense of insecurity was that of loneliness and respect for the future. It emerged that the problem was not foreigners, but this perception of social solitude. In Milan, a series of workshops took place and an event, When Fear is Isolation. Here we are dealing with the structural violence of society which produces marginalisation and isolation, a precarious society which makes affections precarious and relationships rigid. Other workshops took place in Mantova and Suzzara. The main insecurities are the discrimination suffered by refugees in the city, the isolation and the loneliness. Shows by Teatro Forum and Camere in Piazza took place in some of the places touched by the project: Correggio, Rubiera, Gattatico, Monticelli Terme, Reggio Emilia, Sant'Anna di Stazzema and Lucca. Proposals were gathered to present the shows in various institutions. A participant explained, "Maybe many people are just waiting for one example of how change is possible to get going." Amongst the proposals, research into strategies aimed at lifting the gaze of those who pretend not to see. The main feelings are those of resignation and impotence. we need material witnesses of good practice. Modern city ramblers, a well-known and extremely socially committed group, reflect on the ability of art and music to generate critical consciousness and to inspire citizens to assert their rights. Parole sporche, Dirty Words, is a book by journalist and writer Lorenzo Guadagnacci, which seeks to make us aware of the mechanisms which lie behind information. The event takes place in different places: Reggio Emilia, Monticello Terme and Collecchio. An international panorama on the same question extends our vision and makes us understand the differences and the similarities between the different countries. Comparison with others stimulates strategies and methods, and the dialogue that is established with a partner allows a deepening of one's own work. The Theatre Forum in particular creates a space where everyone can freely debate and where it is also possible to interact with racist views. For us, racism is not simply fear of the other, but is also correlated to power and the dominant social structures. The Teatro del Oprimido constitutes a good method for activating civil responsibility and opening a dialogue which in turn helps to further the investigation of racist realities. It also functions as a mirror in which people may recognise their behaviour or increase their knowledge of themselves. No čas